Welcome to the Caddy tutorial. This is another tutorial in the Caddy series. This tutorial will focus on the US Golfing Association Handicap support in Caddy. It's available in 2.2 of the Caddy software. So to start with, you need to enable the handicap support within Caddy. So we'll go to settings, go to Caddy. So in play there is the handicap selection. So here we would select a USGA Handicap and then specify calculate handicap. So once that's done, by selecting calculate handicap, we get Caddy to continually calculate the handicaps based on the rules of handicap calculations. You need at least 5 cards to get your initial handicap. After that, it will get the best 10 cards for the last 20 rounds you played and use that to calculate your handicap. So let's move on and see what this does to Caddy. So we start up with Caddy. So when we go to create a new course, create a new scorecard, what we find is a new screen now, which first you select what course you want to play, and it always displays the last course you played. Here it displays your current handicap. Now since we've only got 4 cards that we've played, it won't have a handicap at all. Now this is, when I say 4 cards, it's 4 cards across all courses that you've played. And here we also have a scoring method, so we can have either stroke play or Stableford. So let's keep it with stroke play for the moment. And just to show you some additional changes, we'll actually create a arbitrary golf course of 18 holes. So we enter in our course name as usual, and just call it anything, Yiddy, as an example. Specify course rating, and the course rating usually is the average score that a scratch player would get on the course. And then in the slope, which represents what a par player would actually get with respect to a scratch player. So we've got 123 here. It's not actually the score they get, it's actually the slope, the difference between the two. So we select that, and let's have a look at hole editing. There's some differences here as well. So what we have now is we have par and distance, but we also have now an index. If we select index and change that to 7, for example, select done, it's changed our index to 7. And if you go to hole 7, our index is now 1 here. And what the index does, it's used when allocating handicaps out. So a hole with an index of 1 is considered harder than a hole with index 18. And so that if you had a handicap of 1, then the hole with index 1 would get the handicap because it's the hardest. Also, if we have a handicap of 18, then you'd have all the holes would be assigned a handicap. Otherwise, it goes up to whatever your handicap is. So if you have a handicap of 3, the first 3 holes, according to index, would get a handicap shot or shot given to them. So I'm going to stick with Elko Park and select done. So nothing much has changed. If we add at this point, we had 3, so we can see that our score is -3, so nothing, -1, sorry. So nothing much has changed here. So what I'll do now is quickly complete this scorecard and show you what happens once we actually have a handicap to work with. Okay, so now we've completed the hole and we're ready to create a new scorecard. So let's create our new scorecard. Same screen as before, but now we have a handicap, and the handicap is 12.9. And we're going to play Alco Park again, so we just hit done. Now if you look at the scorecard, you'll see that there is new figures against some of the holes, and what we've got here is the original par in brackets and then the adjusted par. So now if we play a few holes, we'll play to par at this point, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at the scorecard again. So we've played to par as per the hole or the tee, but the score is considered to be -1 because your adjusted par is 5. So in brackets gives us what the original parage is, and the other value is our adjusted par. So how does this work for Stableford? So let's have a look at Stableford now. So I'm going to create a new scorecard. Notice it's still 12.9 because we haven't completed enough holes to use that scorecard in the handicap rating. You need at least to complete 13 holes in order to have that scorecard included. So let's create a new scorecard and have it as Stableford. So now if we add 4, which is par, you have a score of 2. If you're 2 over par, or 2 or more over par, doesn't really matter, you'll have a value of 0, which is typical for Stableford. So let's complete a few. Okay, let's have a look at now our scorecard. As you can see, it says our name, Stableford. We've got our holes, our adjusted par, and that's what our score is based off. So here we're 1 under. We're 1 under par, so we have a 3. 4 is 2 under par, and 5 is 3 under par. So let's have a look at the courses that we have. So here are our courses. We've got 2 incomplete ones, but what you can see now is that we have our type of play in the cards. So we now know what the type of play is. So you have Stableford or straight play, we got our course and our course details, and then the score here. Okay, that concludes our tutorial on the US handicap system. Thank you for watching.